Okay then, Helldivers, we are back and we've got loads to go over today as the Galactic War map is looking quite interesting. We have now finally got to Mintoria over for the Major Order and are starting to attack that in troves. We've also got some news coming in from the Galactic Terminal, which just late last night actually issued out a brand new message giving us a load more lore for you lore heads in the Helldivers community. An interesting video that I think you guys need to watch and some information coming from the Baskinator. We've got loads to go over today. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. Make sure you check out our incredible sponsor, Instant Gaming, the platform where you can get your video games cheaper for PC and console with the best deals, offers, promotions and discounts, all running up to 70% off on old and new games alike. Links in the description if you want to get a hold of that one. And if you want to get involved with our videos giveaway, then it's very, very simple. Head down into the comment section and put in a red love heart, which will enter you in. We're actually going to be announcing that one after the weekend, so make sure you stay tuned to it. Loads to get into. Let's dive into Helldivers 2 and see what it is that's happening right now. So starting off on the Galactic War map to give you guys a bit of a rundown as to where you're going to be going into this weekend. Right now on the Major Order, we are liberating Mintoria and we are holding ground quite quickly. Over the last few days, we have managed to make our way through Classer and through Zephyr, and we are now over to Mintoria, where 20,000 Helldivers currently reside out of a 46,000 total this morning. Early hours, low numbers. It will grow up throughout the rest of the day, and we'll be able to get involved with that one with a 1.15 resistance on the Ultramafic mine place. So this is going to be very, very interesting indeed, because once we've done that, the likelihood is we'll see some level of attack happening over on Hellmire to try and stop us from venturing further into the gloom, which currently right now is pretty much at a bit of a standstill, although hopefully we'll venture back in very soon. Moving in from that one, though, the strategic opportunity right now seems to be quite an interesting one. We have got these planets right here of Chopessa and also Virilia 5, of which Helldivers, now they know that there's no stratagem from it, have pretty much given up on. So for the next 2 days, I can't imagine many Helldivers are going to be going over there at all, and are probably going to be focusing on that Major Order. And to be honest, I can't say I blame you. Anyhow, moving forward though, we've got some lore interference coming in from the Galactic Terminal over on the Discord, which late yesterday afternoon stated that there was an interface connection, an unknown transmission. Now, if you guys have seen this before, we've been receiving quite a few of these over the last month or so, and it essentially gives you guys a bit of a lore narrative coming from the narrative team and a way to put it out there, which is quite fun and enjoyable. You guys have to essentially decrypt a encrypted message from the log transcription. Now, this right here is what it starts off with, a load of dots, and slowly but surely, Helldivers in the Discord will put in certain code words and items to be able to unlock certain letters, which inevitably gave us this ginormous message right here. It states, emergency evacuation notice, 14/7/2184, which is obviously the date. Extreme gloom event, Class A and B citizens to landing pads, Class C citizens to designated queuing station, Class D and E citizens be ready to leave for designated queuing stations, await further notice, remaining citizens shelter in place. Now, this is quite an interesting one because at the moment, the gloom is obviously the main port of where we're actually at. And hopefully this will mean that something is due to be coming inside of the gloom pretty damn soon, as we've been receiving these messages a little bit more under the radar and not so well known. So we'll be keeping an eye out for that one, because we saw a massive one go up on the 12th, which was literally about a week ago, which flew directly under the radar. It states right here, heavy spore interference still. Connections to high command are still impossible, and as if that had changed, flags in rags. What am I saying? That's not the democratic spirit, not democratic at all. Currently orbiting Nivel 43, the initial trajectory held, despite the previously outlined propulsion malfunctions. Spore clogs, well, nothing new on that front. Planet surface would be well visible if not for the spores. Atmospheric entry commencing. Spore cover dissipating. Thank Liberty. Planet surface in view. Noting atmospheric spore levels will confirm readouts on landing. Shriekers in view. Nothing the unusual size and altitude. Hang on, that's not And that was obviously our introduction to the Dragon Roach, which is obviously something we need to look out for more. As for what it means on the one that came up late last night, I actually have no idea. They're evacuating all people from extreme gloom events. I have no idea where the hell this one is and what it is that's going on, but it would appear to me that the gloom is definitely spreading, and this is something that we definitely need to watch out for. I think there's going to be a bit of a ramp up come next week with regards to the gloom storyline. Let me know what you guys are thinking via the comment section below. Now, while we're talking about the game, we've obviously got to talk about a video that went up around 8 hours ago now, and it has been successful, and there is great reason for it. This one right here is from Odo, and it was called the Grunt Fantasy. It's ruining Helldivers. This was a really, really good watch. I'm going to leave the link down to Odo's video in the comment section and in the description, because I feel like if you haven't watched this, you definitely need to. He essentially goes over how the game has become unbalanced and how it's not working in favor of the consumer anymore. He has numerous different points, and all 30 minutes of it are indulged in really good facts. It's definitely something you want to watch. I enjoyed it so much that we're putting it in today's video, for God's sake. So a massive shout out to Odo. Make sure you go and give that one a check out. Moving forward though, a lot of people are wondering what it is that's happening with these surveys as we keep on filling out the survey data listings that they ask us to fill out, and it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Well, the Baskinator has stated that they have user researchers who work with them on the survey data. She's a part of Sony, but she works on it with us full-time on the Helldivers too. She knows about all data analysis and statistics. One of my favorite people. Now, unfortunately, the problem that we're walking into is we are filling out survey after survey and not really seeing anything come from the back end on terms of it that genuinely supports what it is that we're saying. And I think this is the problem right now, is the game is seeming to be in a bit more of a tragic placement in terms of balance and performance and the way that it actually operates. The game itself is incredible. We are just in one of those it's so over phases yet again. It's a real shame to see, but we know full well that it always picks back up. And in other news, I just want to say a massive thank you. We posted this up just yesterday, and this dude has managed to raise over 24,000 Canadian dollars, which I'd like to hope that we did help in some way or another, but that is an incredible amount. He's still on his way forward for his top goal, but fingers crossed we can get him there and get him the help that he needs. And finally, I've got a question for you guys, which is a very interesting one, actually. This one came from the Reddit over on Helldivers 2, and it states the best premium Warbond secondary. Now, from this list here, I pretty much only use two, specifically the Ultimatum and the Grenade Pistol. Everything else is kind of subjective to when I just want to have fun and make the game a bit difficult. Other than that, I use the same two secondary weapons every single round. Let me know what you guys are using and what your favorite one is via the comment section below. Now, talking about the comment section below, we have to go over the last video's comments, which obviously pains me to do so. Yesterday's video was a bit of a nightmare one. Yesterday morning, we managed to receive a strategic update, and a lot of us, myself included, obviously thought that this was going to be a stratagem option, strategic opportunity. Unfortunately, it wasn't, so I had to double upload yesterday to sort of like take step back on what it was that we said in the morning. It's really unfortunate, but being quick to the mark on the news means that sometimes you may well get it wrong. Anyone who says that they don't get it wrong is obviously far up their arse. Anywho, this one stays right here. This is what 2 uploads a day get you. The first one is like, is there news? The second one is like, no, there isn't. Unfortunately, I don't normally do 2 uploads a day. We do only normally have a single upload in the morning, and we hit 2 uploads because I didn't want you guys to be sat there with the wrong information at hand. Secondly, this one stays right here. I figured that would be the case. The lack of detail was clear indication, but there's nothing wrong with hoping, guys. Now, obviously, I went ahead and spoke to the development team about this, and they even said that there was obviously some wording problems with that, which makes it a little bit more confusing as to what it actually was, and hopefully they'll be a little bit more clearer moving forward. And the third one stays right here. I was really hoping we were going to get mech customization or a flame mech. We haven't gotten free stratagem in quite a while now. Now, it has actually been a very, very long time since we received a free stratagem, and I think that's why I genuinely thought that we were going to be getting one through this, because it's got to be due about time now for us to receive some sort of stratagem via the Galactic War and not just inside of the war bonds themselves. Obviously, right now, we're wanting them to focus on performance and bugs and crashes, so I'm not expecting anything to come through, and I should have really looked into that part as it stood, but yeah, it's just the way that it is, unfortunately. Nonetheless, that's all we've got time for today. Thanks again for watching, guys. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, post notifications turned on, and I'll see you guys on Monday, as I'll be taking a bit of a break away this weekend to go and get some sweet time off. Thanks again for watching. Appreciate you all, and as always, I'll see you in the clouds.